Just what is a backup? Hi everyone, Leo Notenboom here for askleo.com. I'm surprised it's taken me this long to actually address this question. So, what does it mean to make a backup? God knows I talk about it all the time, and it is so important and so fundamental to protecting your information, even your security, that it is an important thing to understand. It may be that you already have this down, and that's fantastic, but it's important enough that I want to cover the term. I want to actually lay out just what it means when I talk about a backup. A backup is a copy. By that I mean you have a file or a photograph or a something, and if it's in only one place, then it's not backed up. You have only one copy of that thing. The moment you make a copy so that you have the thing in its original form and another copy of that same thing somewhere else, you've got a backup. It could be as simple as copying your photographs from your phone to your PC. It could be as simple as having your photographs uploaded to the cloud. Anything that makes an additional copy of whatever it is we're talking about is considered a backup. Remember, if it's in only one place, it's not backed up. That means that you have exactly only one copy of that, say, photograph. If something happens to it, it's gone forever. You cannot get it back. There is no duplicate copy of it somewhere else. You've lost it permanently and forever. This is why I harp so much on backing up. So many things can go wrong, be it with photographs on your phone, be it your camera, be it your computer. There are just so many ways that information can be lost, and it is so easy to make bit-for-bit identical copies of that information that backing up is one of the fundamental things that everyone really needs to understand and do. Now, a backup is a copy, but a backup is a copy somewhere else. The reason we say that is, imagine, for example, you have a photograph on your phone. If you make a copy of that photograph on your phone, well, it's kind of a backup, but not a very good one. Because if you lose your phone, you've lost both. That's one of the reasons we also say a backup is a copy put somewhere else. So when you back up the photographs from your phone, you copy them to your PC. Or you back up the photographs on your phone by having them automatically uploaded to the cloud. That way, not only is there a copy, but it is somewhere else. If something happens to the first place, be it your phone or your computer or something else, then that other place that contains the backup copy is unaffected. Now, in the generic sense, somewhere else is kind of subject to interpretation. Like I said, yes, making a copy of the photograph still on the same phone is kind of sort of a backup, but it's not a very good one. Another good rule of thumb is that the further away the backup is from the original, the more you are protected from. So, for example, the copy of a photograph also kept on the phone on the same device, well, you'll still lose the phone and you'll lose both copies. If you copy it to your PC, you can lose the phone and it's still on the PC. However, let's say something happens. A fire takes out your house, your PC, and your phone. Well, both copies are gone. If you had put that copy further away, like maybe in the cloud or in a backup disk stored somewhere else, then you would have been protected from those other things having happened. So one of the great rules of thumb is the further away, the better. In a pragmatic sense, say you're working on a Word document. You hit File, Save As, and you give it a new name. That's a copy, but it's in the same place. It protects you from some things, like making changes to the document you didn't intend to make after making that copy. You can revert to the copy. Great. But if something happens to your hard disk, well, you know what? Both copies are gone. If, on the other hand, when you do that File Save As, you save to an external drive, great. You've got all of the protections of the first one. In other words, if you make a change to the document later that you didn't intend to make, you've still got that saved copy that has the original document, and it's on a different hard disk. So if something happens to your computer that doesn't affect the external drive, you've still got your backup. Another approach, File, Save As, into a OneDrive folder. Now you've got both of those scenarios covered. You've got a copy from before whatever changes you didn't intend to make. You've got it on a different disk in case something happens to your PC. In fact, you've got it somewhere else entirely so that if something happens to your PC, your external disk, your house, or whatever, it's still there in OneDrive in the cloud. The further away, the more you're protected from. Now, you'll notice I did kind of sort of say, yep, we made a copy on the C drive, and we also made a copy on the external drive, and we also made a copy in OneDrive. How many copies do we need? Well, you really only needed that one that went to OneDrive, but something could happen to OneDrive too. When in doubt, more is better. Within reason, of course, but if you're ever questioning whether or not you should make a copy, you should probably make a copy. A good rule of thumb is what's referred to as the rule of three, or 3-2-1 rule. 3 copies on at least 2 different media types with 1 stored elsewhere. That protects you from a variety of different problems. No matter what happens, chances are one of those 3 copies is going to remain available to you. The biggest takeaway I want to give you from this video is simply this. If it's in only one place, it's not backed up. You risk losing it permanently, forever. Please do what you can to make copies, back things up so that when, not if, but when something goes wrong, you won't face losing your important documents, photographs, or whatever. For links related to the article on which this video is based, for updates, for comments, and more, visit askleo.com/131290. I'm Leo Notenboom. This is askleo.com. Thanks for watching.